This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jaime Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
All right, welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jaime Westenbarger joined, as always, by Bart Steinler. It is now time for a new segment that we're going to run from time to time. Bart and I are going to throw penalty flags. So we are the officials. We are overseeing everything out there. This is like our modified Facebook rant, but on the radio, right? I will start, Bart.
Okay.
So I would like to throw a flag on tax scammers. Why every year at this time of year do all of the lowest, scum of the earth people appear to try and rip people off when it comes to their tax return? I've had clients file their taxes only to be told you've already filed your taxes. Seen people get scared by phone calls that the IRS is coming to get them. Now here in West Michigan, letters being sent out here in the last week. Fox 17 reporting that people are receiving letters demanding payment be made immediately because of a past due tax bill. Go get a job, you losers, and stop trying to steal everybody's money all the time, because all they're doing is preying on people who are just too terrified to even bother to call. People like that drive me crazy.
Yeah, so here I got one. Most of the people that work in our industry are good people, honest people, really care about what they're doing. But there are some that do not, and so I'm throwing the flag on that. And I was reading about an advisor, and I'm not going to say what company she was with because I don't really think it was the company's fault. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be dishing on the company. But it was a female advisor, and she was in Alaska, and she had a male elderly client, and he was starting to get to the point where, he was had some dementia and things like that. She moved in with him and then started to move money out of his accounts into her accounts to the disruption of her children, where that money was to his children, where that money was supposed to go. So throwing the flag on that for people that take advantage of elderly people and who are not the kind of people that are doing the type of things that people in the financial industry should be doing.
All right. Well, in that same vein, I am throwing a flag on our state and U.S. representatives who I have routinely reached out to and offered to assemble a roundtable of financial professionals from this area to discuss a number of issues that are not being addressed, and have received zero responses from any of them. Any of them. So, Mrs. Affendoulis, I might be talking to you. Mr. Amash, if you're listening, you might want to respond to an email once in a while, because there are a number of problems in our industry going on right now where people are being hurt, financially hurt, because we're too busy having hearings like Maxine Waters' financial committee had the other day, where she's trying to embarrass Mr. Mnuchin instead of actually trying to solve problems. We have people who do not have securities licenses selling themselves to elderly people as retirement experts because they'll keep their money safe. We have people who aren't licensed in anything running obvious scams. Report it. Nobody bothers to listen. Nobody pays attention because there's only 4 people in that department and they don't even know what's going on. Want to do a fiduciary rule? Let's see how many different federal organizations can try and come up with one rule. How difficult can this possibly be? How difficult is it for us to have an industry that simply just takes care of people and helps them reach retirement? It shouldn't be that complicated. How many different initials can people have at the end of their names? And does anyone know what any of those mean aside from maybe the 3 or 4 that are pretty common? Because most of them just mean they wrote a check.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, aside from things like CFP or CPA, a lot of the other ones are basically just, I spent a weekend in a Holiday Inn and wrote a check.
Right. So here's my final flag for the day. I'm reading about the Tax Freedom Day. and being that this is the week that most of us are paying our taxes or should be paying our taxes, they calculate how many days you work each year to pay your taxes, and they combine that with the federal taxes, your state taxes, your real estate taxes, all the taxes you have combined together. And as of last year, it was you're working from January 1st to April 29th just to pay your taxes each year.
That's disgusting.
So when politicians are coming up with new spending programs and not looking at trying to reduce spending, there becomes a point where that number of working till April 29th, if it goes out even further, is it really even worth working? Are you disincentivizing people to work? So that's my other flag. They also have something that we can talk about later about calculating your own personal tax freedom day, and you can do that by looking at your own adjusted.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know? Okay.
No. Like, congratulations, by Halloween, you're actually working for yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's just awful. Yeah. I don't know. You kind of threw me on that one because I can't believe it takes until almost May 1st for someone to be working for themselves. I mean, that's
they're taking the average of everybody, but when you figure that about 50% of the people who work in this country are not paying any taxes,
right?
So the other 50%, April 29th comes to an average,
right? I mean, average means half of them it's longer,
right?
know?
And at that point, we still have extensive deficit spending.
Right.
So if you tossed enough in that would cover the deficit spending every year, you're well into late May and possibly June.
Well, and I think to piggyback on that, I mean, you can throw a penalty flag on just stupid spending.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the other day the state of Michigan has a computer system that tracks foster children. It's so bad, they're actually thinking about just scrapping the whole thing and starting over. Okay,
how much did they spend on that?
$37 million they spent to build a program that they can't even use.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really? The Defense Department is shopping a contract for cloud storage with Google and Amazon right now. Those are the last two competitors. It's expected to be $100 billion annual contract. How can they need $100 billion annually of cloud storage? That is a humongous cloud. I mean, seriously, like, I got Box, and I think it's like $3.99 a month. And I think I have like 25 gigs available for that $3.99. I mean, $3.99 divided by, or $100 billion divided by $3.99 is a lot of gigabytes. So I'm not really sure what they're, but again, it's because it's not their money.
Right.
Whatever. We'll create this program. Oh, shoot, it didn't work. Call your brother, see if he wants to write another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's kind of like when people are going out to dinner on an expense account and somebody else is paying for it and they order like the really expensive bottles of wine,
right.
But they go out to dinner when it's on their own money. And they
drink water.
And they drink water and they decline the bread because it's $2.
Right. So true. All right. Well, that's the end of our rant. I do want to encourage you, though, if you ever have a question, want to talk to us, or maybe need an analysis of your situation, feel free to give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number. 888-986-6639. I mean, this is a challenge. Governor Whitmer, come on. It's been 100 days. You haven't done anything except tell us what you're going to tax us on. It's your chance. Fix stuff. Come on. Impress us.
Yeah.
You got 4 years. You're 100 days into the 4 years. You haven't done much.
And we have insiders here that can kind of come and tell you what the real problems are.
Call me. Love to talk to you. She probably won't, though. All right. We're going to go into a break, come back, wrap up the show, and send you to the weekend right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.
Is your 401k sturdy enough to help support your retirement goals? The Keeping Your Money Show has a team of advisors that will help you size up the assets currently in your 401k and explore asset allocation based on your goals. Call the Keeping Your Money Show today at 1-888-98-MONEY Or visit keepingyourmoney.com to learn how you can start solidifying your foundation for a strong retirement plan.
I'm not going to stand here in front of one of the great wonders of the world and argue about an old movie. I'll go back inside. If you figure out some plan to make $800 last a lifetime, knock on the door. I'll be in there.
You're listening to the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
Welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. I felt like we had a chippy show today.
Got a lot off our chest.
Yeah,
Huh?
we were throwing some left hooks, right jabs. You know, sometimes this is what has to happen, though. It's probably because we all just pay taxes.
Yeah.
We're all a little...
Somehow opening the checkbook and
feisty.
writing those multiple big checks that I'm not really getting anything for.
Yeah.
Like, you write a check like, you say, oh, that should be a new car. Oh, it's not.
Well, you know what the other thing is too, though, when you see your government officials acting like they're better than us, or that they're
It's just
above things,
attitude.
or like, did you see the thing that happened over in Spring Lake with the guy who had the parody page of the Spring Lake?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
No.
All right. Well, I'll do that, and we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Maybe that'll throw a flag on them.
All right.
But a perfect example of government just really kind of trying to flex its muscle, you know. If you're just tuning in, maybe you're waiting for the next show, you missed a bunch of great stuff. We talked about Stan Lee's estate and what takeaways you can have on how not to screw up your estate planning. The IRS is changing paycheck withholdings. Good luck. It's going to be a blast. It's only a couple pages. Don't worry about it. You only have to do it annually. Toll roads could fix America's state pension crisis. That's what Barron's thinks. Bart and I personally think we should just stop being taxed so doggone much. And we threw some penalty flags. Threw some stuff out there for things that are just bugging us that we think somebody needs to do something about. So maybe if we complain about it enough, someone will.
We'll wait and see.
You should just run for governor or something, Bart. I'd vote for you.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll be your campaign manager.
Then they can blame me for whatever natural disaster or bad water or whatever happens anywhere in the state will be my fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. This has been the Keeping Your Money Show. Appreciate you listening. As a reminder, if you ever miss any part of the show, you can find it on our website. Just go to keepingyourmoney.com or any of our podcast partners. If you want to reach out to the show, you can do so by phone. 888-98-MONEY is the number, 888-986-6639, or send us an email, info@keepingyourmoney.com. Tell you like I tell you every week, you'd never go on a trip, never go on a vacation without planning it, figuring out where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there, how much it's going to cost, when you need to leave to get there at the right time. Retirement's the same way. A lot of times we think about it as a destination, but in reality, it's just the beginning of a much longer trip that may last many of you 25, 30, or 35 years into the future. And if you're not planning on how you're going to distribute your income, if you're not planning on how you're going to handle the taxes that are probably going to be pretty ominous when you retire, then you're probably not going to have a very good time. Just as like if you showed up to try and get on a cruise ship, you're probably not going to get on. So let us help you. If you don't have a plan, we'd love to come up with one for you. Or maybe you do have a plan, or maybe you have a planner, but you don't have a plan and you don't know why. We'd love to talk to you. Give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number. 888-986-6639. For everyone here at the Keeping Your Money Show, Dan Van Singel, Shane Thorson, Nate Boonstra, Matt Cernaw, Adam Seifert, Jonathan Hayes, our friend Troy Fox on the Lakeshore with Fox Financial, all of our strategic partners, Kylan Law, Broll Tax and Accounting, Shield Insurance, and many more. Our wonderful producer, Laura Ridenauer, my compadre, Mr. Bart Steinler. I'm Jamie Westenbarger. Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for listening.
Registered representatives offer securities through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Financial advisors offer advisory services through Securities America Advisors, Inc. Forest Hills Financial, Inc. and Securities America are separate entities.